kind of stuff. All right, let's get to our picks. 29.5 is the number we are using, what Ohio State is favored by. The over-under is 49.5. That is not a big total. Stephen Means, we will start with you here on Buckeye Talk. What is your pick for Ohio State and Iowa?
I think that 49.5 takes into the extent that this Iowa offense is not very good, even if Ohio State's going to score. I went 45-0. Ohio State wins, and that nothing I'll explain more in our outrageous predictions video of why I went with a big goose egg for Iowa. But I just think Ohio State, the only team that's held Ohio State under 40 points this year is Notre Dame, and that's because, as Nathan mentioned earlier, Ohio State was not taking what the defense was giving them till late in the game where they decided to act like they were, this big-time jumbo package team all of a sudden and run it 15 times for a drive. So outside of that, CJ's done what he's wanted against teams, and when he hasn't done what he's wanted, this running game has done what it's wanted against teams, and they're getting their best weapon back in Jackson Smith-Njigba. Iowa's defense has had some good moments, but it's never seen anything like this type of offense. So 45-0 Ohio State, which also gives this defense an opportunity to do something that it hasn't done since 2019, and that's going to shut up.
So you're giving the points with Ohio State, but you are going under the total of 49.5. Nathan, what do you have?
So I'm usually like the most sober one here, like when doing these picks, and I
Whoa, hey everybody, we're here to make the picks today.
That's a really good way of describing that.
I let the numbers that are out there guide me a lot, and the numbers say Ohio State should score like somewhere in the mid-30s here, but there were a couple other numbers of my own that I introduced to this, sets of numbers. One of them is 2017, and one of them is 41-17. So the first one being the 2017 game that Ohio State keeps bringing up this week and something that is kind of fueling this team. And then the 41-17 is what Michigan did to Penn State last week. Ohio State was off last week, so I kind of added a touchdown for 2017. And then Ohio State off last week, watching the rest of the world get excited about Michigan, get excited about Tennessee. And I think there's going to be a little bit of, hey, don't forget about us, that I'm going to introduce to the number this week. So I thought I was going to maybe be the outrageous one this week. I'm not that different than Steven. I'm saying 48-0.
Hey, complete the
but
trinity.
Under. Like that's
going under, yeah.
Like give the points, but also under, which is also me. I'm exactly with you guys. I have 42-6, which is I'll give the points with Ohio State, but take the under. This under
3 safeties
scares the pants off. 3 safeties, yeah. 3 safeties. This total scares the pants off of me. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. Because if you think Iowa can score 10, then I think you take the over. But why would you think that Iowa can score 10? And all of a sudden, the one thing is, and Nathan, you've talked about this a lot, time of possession, and you've been talking about like, no matter how good the Iowa defense is, they're going to be on the field the whole game because the Iowa offense can't move the ball. The one of the differences between the Notre Dame game and the Iowa game, Notre Dame tried to sit on the ball, shorten the game, limit Ohio State possessions. They were kind of effective at that. In the nation, Notre Dame is 24th in the nation in time of possession. They have it over 32 minutes per game. Iowa is 113th in time of possession. They have it 27 minutes and 44 seconds per game. So they are not going to be able to do that, which is why I think Ohio State gets into the 40s. I don't think this is like, hey, Iowa hangs around in like a 31-10 game, but yet we're still all taking the under. We're barely under the under because I do think they're going to keep Ohio State in front of them, try to limit big plays, make Ohio State march the ball a little bit, and then that leads to more like, 6 touchdown drives for Ohio State, not 7 or 8, which is what you would need to get over if you think Iowa's literally not going to score a touchdown. We have 6 total points for Iowa and 3 picks, 2 zeros and a 6. So that's what we're thinking about this. So I am fascinated that we're all taking the under, but like for my Buckeye Talk tokens, I'm slamming the minus 29.5, and I am barely putting a penny on the total because I have no idea. Like 52-0 and you lose the under bet, right? Like totally possible. Or 49-3. Right? Iowa manages a field goal in the last, and Kirk Ferentz down 49 would try a 48-yard field goal to avoid the shutout and hit the over, right? So like that scares you too. So those are our picks. We're all given the 29.5. We are all going under the 49.5. And that's what we think here on Buckeye Talk.